With today's encryption next to impossible to crack, information still isn't protected. Governments and individuals can force you to give up your password through extortion, jail time, and even torture. This tutorial will teach you how to encrypt hidden files so that there is a plausible deniability of having any information on your computer. Before I get into the technical piece, I want to briefly cover the legal aspects of why a single layer of encryption doesn't work. Previously, people argued in court that turning over their password to an encrypted file was the same as self-incrimination and against their Fifth Amendment rights. If the subject knew the files in a computer were damaging, he or she should have the right to refuse to give up their password. However, this February, a federal court ruled turning over a password is not protected by the Fifth Amendment. And don't think about pretending to forget your password. The courts have ruled that they can place you in contempt and throw you in jail until you give up the password, so your hands are literally tied. To get started, go to Truecrypt.com and download the latest version of Truecrypt. This program has multiple features from creating single encrypted files to full disk encryption to hidden volumes and even hidden operating systems. That's right, you can have a second undetectable operating system, but we'll share that for another time. Okay, before I get into installation, I briefly wanted to show you graphically how the encrypted hidden volumes worked. Here you can see two volumes of encrypted data. The first representing a standard single layer of encryption with the files encrypted and the rest of the drive in free space. Once forced to turn over your password, or cracked, the files will be found. The second diagram shows the two levels of encryption. Even with the safe password compromised, the hidden files look like free space to any forensic examiner. The only way the hidden volume could be discovered is if a brute force dictionary attack cracked the hidden volume password before the safe password. And to combat that, I choose a crackable safe password, as you'll see, and a 20 plus random character password for the hidden volume. Alright, we're going to open up Truecrypt here and go to create volume. We're going to be creating a file container because you can copy, paste it, transfer it, and even delete it. Although it's not going to be cracked, if you needed to, you could quickly delete it like any other file, and all your files that you're hiding in it are going to disappear. Next, we're going to select our file name. I like to make it a AVI file or a JPEG. Although a forensic examiner is going to recognize it as an encrypted file, it keeps others from stumbling across it if they're quickly looking at your desktop. Dependent on your level of paranoia, but we'll go for the basic encryption. And for the size, you're going to want to do something around 1 gig. But any size will do. I also like to create a password that could be cracked with brute force, and is really simple for the outer volume, so we're going to just use the word password. I'm going to randomly get a key going and then format my new file. After that, it's going to ask you to test the outer volume and go ahead and load files onto it. Feel free just to skip this step and let's get the hidden volume set up. We're going to come back to it. So now we're going to do the same thing. We're going to pick the type of encryption and the size. The hidden volume must be smaller than the outer volume, so we're actually going to do 900 megabytes here, just short of 1 gig. It's going to ask, are you sure you want to do the size? And then you're going to do a complex over 20 character password. This is where you have to have uppercase, lowercase, special characters, numbers. Make it complex. Again, randomly generate a key, and then we're going to format. Alright, so now that we're done, we're going to mount our outer volume. We're going to find it and select the file. There it is. Good luck. And we're going to mount it to the V drive. Type in our simple to use password. And now we're able to pull it up and load files. What we're going to want to do is put something embarrassing on here. I recommend pornography, anything that would make law enforcement or anyone else wonder why you wouldn't want to give up your password. So after all is said and done, and they finally torture you a little bit or convince you to give up your password, you open it up and there's Rainbow Bright. Now we're going to dismount that and open up the hidden file or the hidden volume using our long password. As you can see, we pull up the disk and it's empty. We haven't put anything in it yet. We're going to put this secrets on PDF in there and dismount it. Now again, if anyone was ever to ask for the password or force us to reveal the password, we simply give them the basic password. Or we can simply just delete the hidden volume file. If a forensic examiner recreated the file, it would be still encrypted.